Where are the towering castles that beckoned us to explore, the wagons drawn by the mighty dire howls, and the destructible environments that left us in awe? Palworld has quickly risen to popularity, captivating players with its very addictive gameplay. Yet, as we immerse ourselves in this virtual realm, I can't help but wonder, could it be even better? So let's embark on a journey through Palworld's history. We'll examine the 20 features showcased in the trailers, but not currently present in early access. This might shed a little bit of light on what the future holds for Palworld. In its early glimpses, Palworld enticed us with the images of giant castles, yet these majestic structures are absent in our current adventures. These vast fortresses could deepen our adventures, offering a blend of mystery and excitement. As we traverse Palworld's vast landscapes, the absence of wagons, once teased, is felt. These wagons could revolutionize how we carry resources across the diverse terrains of Palworld. Alright, let's be honest, the current building system in Palworld lacks any aesthetic charm we glimpsed at in the trailers. The current frustrating building system needs to be overhauled so it can unlock a realm of more creativity, enabling players to craft bases that not only stand out, but truly resonate with their unique sense of style. This may be a minor feature, but introducing hanging signs would offer a subtle yet impactful way for players to enrich their spaces. Placing signs not only on the ground, but also on walls or hanging from structures could elevate the level of immersion in our bases. The concept of shearing lamb balls for wool introduced a different approach to resource gathering in Palworld. Expanding on this concept, we could enhance the current ranch system by allowing direct interactions with pals for resource collection. This addition provides a practical and engaging method for players to gather resources without having to resort to cleaving our pals. The trailer showcased cow-like pals using contraptions to harvest crops, adding a unique touch to Palworld's farming. While not really essential in my eyes, including these contraptions could make farming more engaging and visually interesting. The trailers also hinted at a world where the environment could be dramatically interacted with, including destructibility. Incorporating this feature would not only add a layer of realism, but also open new possibilities for players to strategically use or modify the terrain. Also, who wouldn't want to blow up a building with an RPG? Transportation cages for pals introduced an interesting concept for moving and managing these companions. If added to the game, they could enable mass transport of pals, saving resources otherwise spent on pal spheres. This feature could also bring new strategic elements into play, like protecting your pals from syndicate thugs who are trying to use these cages to steal your pals during raids. Heavily featured in the trailers, the concept of sweatshops revealed a darker side of Palworld, where pals are forced into labor within large syndicate bases. Introducing such settings could offer players not just the challenge of raiding these operations, but also a moral choice of taking over and running them for yourselves. This addition would enhance the game by presenting complex strategies around infiltrating these syndicate bases, diverging from the simpler encounters currently available with these syndicate thugs. The Cog Wheel, operated by these sad-looking tansies in the trailers, presents a mystery on its purpose. We can speculate that it could be for player bases or syndicate operations. However, without a clear purpose, it's a feature that, while intriguing, may not be immediately necessary for the game's current state. The current game lacks the visual excitement of pals discovering piles of gold or treasures, an element that could enhance the mining experience. Introducing encounters where any pal can unearth rare and valuable finds would add an exciting dimension to resource collection and exploration. The trailers showcased the innovative idea of using jolt hogs for electrifying fishing methods, a feature yet to be seen in the game. Implementing a fishing mechanic could not only introduce a novel approach to capturing water-based pals, but also provide a compelling reason for players to explore the oceans and lakes of Palworld. Notably absent in the current release are three intriguing pals: a white looking dragon, this winged fox looking pal, and a giant sized flying whale. While we anticipate more pals being added in the future, it's interesting to observe these unique pals missing from the initial lineup. This was an amusing sight of a player lassoing pals from the back of a wagon, a very whimsical moment that adds a touch of humor to the game. However, this is a feature I don't really see being added. It could, however, be just a low-level weapon you unlock early in the game. Remember that giant rocket being assembled in the trailers? Could it be intended for space travel or perhaps a colossal weapon? The absence of such industrial features leaves us pondering potential game-changing additions. The absence of windmills is felt both functionally and aesthetically in Palworld. Not only would they serve as an alternative power source for bases, but their inclusion could also add a visually pleasing touch to the game's environment. While the promise of PvP and PAL battles in future updates has already been announced, the current absence of this feature is felt. Many Palworld players are eagerly waiting for this feature as it holds the potential to introduce competitive elements to the game. Did you notice the bosses in the towers are actually faction leaders? I didn't realize this until I looked at the trailer again. Adding more story elements to the game and backstory to these factions with maybe the ability to join one would inject a fresh layer of narrative depth into Palworld. In the trailers, we saw these colossal furnaces. It appears that the larger sized pals were using them, which makes a lot of sense. While not necessarily a crucial addition given our current gameplay and the base constraints we have, the prospect of these giant furnaces raises curiosity about the enhanced smelting experience they could offer in Palworld. Just like the giant furnaces, there were these colossal cooking pots in the trailers. Imagine a scenario where only larger sized pals can operate these massive tools. This not only adds a layer of challenge and strategic management to Palworld, but also introduces the idea that larger pals can't utilize smaller sized equipment. This would require players to manage their pals at the base more strategically. Now, as we wrap up this journey through the missing features in Palworld, the absence of towering castles, dynamic wagons, and other enchanting elements leaves me yearning for the untapped potential of this amazing game. These features yet to find their place in the game open the door to Palworld's future. However, I am sure there are many other features players want to see in the game, so comment down below a feature that you hope to see in Palworld. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more exciting Palworld content. And speaking of exploration, check out my previous video where I've uncovered the best base location and layout in Palworld. Until our next adventure, may you continue to enjoy Palworld, and thank you for watching.